We were trying to get this darn cassette out. The
It's
tape is
stuck.
stuck yet again. Yes. Yeah.
I,
In your
I,
case,
I don't know if
it's a
the
DVD, but
yeah, it's stuff's on DVD, and I don't think stuff's on DVD anymore. Let's be real, and that stuff isn't on DVD anymore. It's in the cloud now.
it's in the cloud. It's affecting your brain. I got this modem
Clouds.
beside me. It's rotting my brain cells. I hear. That's
Yeah,
what I hear.
that's what they do. Yeah.
All that 5G coming into your cerebellum ain't good for you, buddy.
We're injecting
Anyway,
5G radiation.
5G radiation. I just imagine Three Dog from Fallout 3 saying that. You're getting radiation in your brain, dog. Ow!
Ow.
That's a deep cut for all us Fallout 3 enjoyers out there. Woot woot. Anyway, we're talking about Samurai Champloo. We're going to finish it off. We're not going to do episode breakdowns, I think. I think we're just going to be vibey about it and kind of talk about how we felt about the thing. Of course, we'll pick and choose kind of here and there. Like for instance, the last few episodes, I kind of have a lot more to say about those. Um, but yeah, this is your second run through on this, right?
Yeah.
Kind of in total.
Yep.
Okay, okay. Second run through. You watched it both subbed and dubbed in totality, right?
I think so.
Or did you watch? You think so? Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't remember if I watched it dubbed or subbed
I
this
think
time
you.
around,
I
but
think you might have said you did originally, but maybe not. I don't
I
know.
watched it
I might be
subbed
just.
originally. I can almost guarantee that. I can't
Yeah.
remember if I watched it dubbed this. I probably watched it dubbed this time. If I had to guess, I watched it dubbed this time.
Okay. Okay. Um, but yeah, it's you love this show. It's one of your
Yep.
favorites.
Yep.
Like, if you were to rank it on just a short list, would it be a top 10 show for you? Like, almost
Not
certainly, or not
top
really?
10, but it'd be close.
Okay. Just like honorable mention almost. Like, it's pretty close
Yeah,
to
it's
that,
an
right?
honorable mention, definitely. I don't know if we can
Uh,
quite make it to a top 10, but
yeah. Yeah. My overall feelings on it really is I liked it. I did like it a lot. Um, I was not there loving it. Um, and there's something about, and this is silly. I've harped on this the last episode. The structure of it, I just feel like I couldn't gain purchase on it. Like it felt like I couldn't get invested into it fully, and I don't know why I felt like that. I try not to get too in my head about it. I honestly had to stop and start a couple of times and go like, okay, let's just take everything at face value, just see how we feel about this thing. And I liked it, but it feels very, very episodic. I think like the real story of this thing, like is the journey and the friendship being along the way genuinely, but it
mhm.
doesn't like the crux of the thing doesn't kick in until literally the last two episodes,
Yeah.
like almost specifically. And I think that's what bothered me about it is that it felt meandering and not in a good way for me. Like it felt like they were just kind of like walking around broke trying to eat some food. And maybe if that's the point, they succeeded. Um, but like I always enjoyed an episode, right?
Like
Um, but yeah,
I think I like that about this show how they like cuz in this situation like they're not going to know where to go. Like they're not going to just magically like, have all like the, answers of like how to get, how to find the sunflower samurai.
yeah,
And so like I feel like it's a very realistic progression that they do where they just kind of wander around all over Japan until like they find clues eventually because you ask enough people about a sunflower samurai, somebody's gonna be like, oh yeah, I know that guy. So
yeah, yeah. hmm I think I think I got enjoyment out of the characters. Like it feels so character forward. The
mhm.
plot almost feels like not even just secondary, like a third
Yeah,
thing. You
it's a
know?
very character focused, like not only the main cast but like all of the characters that are like interacting with the main cast are like designed to be really like characters you can empathize with, characters that have motivations of their own, like
Yep.
there's some goofiness in there, but then there's like the genuine like like um realism as well, sort of. pieces to it. So there's a little good mix of both, I feel like. Um,
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of where I've come down. I like it. I think the character work is great,
mhm.
great. Like some of the strongest, like I guess triple pairing I can remember in like a one season show.
Yeah.
I think I think they all fit their roles really well. I think Fu is super strong. Um, I think the character I get the most out of was Jean, just like you said
Gene,
I
really.
would probably.
Hmm.
I really did like the whole dojo stuff and um, kind of the teacher betraying him. Like
Yeah.
that, I got a lot out of that, and also like him conquering the final baddie the way he did. I was like, man,
Yeah.
this is really cool. But I did have a slight issue with that where I'm like, okay, so nobody died. Everyone made it out. It felt like this dude was so bad to the bone they would have gotten killed. But I digress. It's kind of whatever. I was happy to see that they walked off with a couple of bumps and bruises, um, but yeah, I think Gene I got the most out of. Mugen had definitely had some moments towards the end there too, where I was like, yeah, he's really good.
I like
So.
Mugen a lot. He really comes into his own as a character throughout the show. Um,
I like that he doesn't change too much though.
yep.
Like he changes what you think about him,
Yep.
but he feels like his own person throughout and does not change his core fundamentals.
Yep.
you know? Um, I guess the biggest learning thing is he learns how to read, but he's
Yep.
kind of the same dude,
Yep.
throughout. So, um, yeah, that the scenes with him reading, Fu's like, "Oh, you can't read." And he's like, "Yeah, I can
Yeah,
read."
I can read.
Um,
Look, it's
and-
A. See?
yeah, it's A, and she's like, "What's that say?" He's like, "That says no, and that says no." See, I can read.
Yeah, that's what
Uh,
it was. Yeah.
yeah, it's very good
Uh,
though. And he's like, "And I did the infinity symbol because that's my name. I'm Mugen." Yeah, it's good stuff. I like that little bit with the teacher. He was like slapping him around. You have to take pride in your writing. That was pretty good. Uh,
they write like those like slapstick like big goofy guys like really well in that show. Like that show has a lot of
oh
like
yeah.
goofy dudes. Like case in point, like the detective guy. Like he's like the
Yes. Oh,
biggest like goofy guy. Like
what's his was it Monzo the Saw? Is
yeah,
that his
Monzo the
name?
Saw. Yeah,
Okay, because I think isn't that that's a playoff of Hanzo the Razor, like from the old Japanese samurai movies. I'm pretty
I
sure.
think so.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
I think he's supposed to be a samurai detective, and I think that's a play on that.
yeah,
Which is kind of funny.
yeah.
Um, that dude was. Oh, every time I showed up, I was like, yes, 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 yes. More Saw, more Saw. I love Saw. He's the best. Um, and yeah, that does it. Remind me. He shows up in that baseball
He
episode for like
does.
a second.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I
That's what I
love that
remembered.
episode. It's so funny.
It's so random, which we'll get into that because I kind of want to talk about our favorite episodes,
Yeah,
Um, but I guess before we kind of get into the nittier and grittier details, do you like this better than Cowboy
I
Bebop, just on the
do.
whole?
Yeah,
You
it's been a
do?
long time
It's
since I've watched
nice.
Bebop. To be fair, I don't remember much from Bebop, but I do remember liking this one better than Bebop.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Um, I think I liked the levity of this one. Like it has the
Sure.
seriousness, but it has a lot of like levity to it. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Bebop can kind of take itself too seriously sometimes, I think.
Sure. Especially towards the end of that, where it gets like pretty self-serious. Yeah.
Yeah,
This one stays pretty light throughout, even when it gets hairy for them.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, they're even when they're fighting a big bad, they're like kind of chill about it,
yep,
um, but yeah, I prefer Bebop personally, but and it's weird because like I prefer more fantasy elements, more sword and board sort of thing. That's usually my thing. Sci-fi I like a lot, but like I
sci-fi
think I
is usually more of
prefer.
my thing. So,
Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting. We're kind of opposite on that,
uh-huh.
at least for these
Yeah,
comparisons. But I also I like the crew of the Bebop more than these three.
mm,
Personally, I think Spike is so cool. I love Spike. Um, and Jet, I love Jet. All of them. The
mhm.
doggy, I love the doggy. Um, yeah, just I think that crew stuck with me. I mean, I think this crew will stick with me too. But like, if we're comparing the two, them being character focused and also having that episodic format for me worked a little bit better. And I think it's just I don't know. It's just the kind of a feeling I have. It's not really. I can't really back it up. I just think I preferred Bebop, if that makes sense. You
Yeah.
know. Um, but teach their own. But yeah, like the idea of was it the Champloo part of the name is like themes and flavors meshing, like a bunch of like inspirations and like thematic influences coming together to create this like stylish blend. That's what Champloo means, really. Um, and it's like the rap influences in this show, like the kind of hip hop stuff mixed with like samurai and martial arts is kind of cool. It reminds me, I mean, this is a more recent show, but like Afro Samurai did this really
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but that can't help but be inspired by like a Champloo, for
mm.
instance, right? I guess do you think those a bunch of these themes? Do you think they all meshed really well? Because I think it's really successful
Yeah,
with what they do.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, I guess what's your favorite like little bits of like mix ups that they do? Like, do you like all the hip hop
I
stuff?
do.
Like, is there any one thing you can point at to go like, oh, they're really successful with mashing these genres up? Is there
Yeah, I
anything
mean,
that like
just
comes to mind for you?
like you were saying, like the samurai stuff with the hip hop stuff. Like I think that the counterculture um, piece of that of like hip hop like fit really well in that sort of like they're all like outcasts from society, like the main cast, and they yeah, hip hop just fits them really well. Because they're going against society, against culture, doing what they want to do, basically, in an era that's trying to tell them what they can and can't do, where they can and can't go. So
Yeah, for sure. I feel like all the influences really do it a service instead of a disservice. Like it feels like it could have fallen apart, but it's such a very distinct vision. There's nothing quite like it that I've seen.
yeah.
Um, like even Afro Samurai is not doing everything that this show does. Um, and you want to talk self serious? Afro Samurai is pretty self serious.
Mm.
Um,
It's a good show though.
but yeah, it is. I love me some Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
He really kills it in that role. I never played the game of that though. Now that I think about it,
I didn't even
um,
know there was a game.
yeah, Afro Samurai.
Hmm.
I think it came out on the 360. Um, but that's neither here nor there. I do need to watch that. Some that full anime. I've only seen a couple episodes of it, but from what I've seen, I'm like, okay, this is very similar feeling. Hip hop and katanas, right? But yeah, I think all the stuff they do is really interesting and really well done.
Yep.
Um, but any standout episodes for you in this back half? I think my favorite stuff is the when they get really weird, and also
Okay.
the last two episodes. Personally, any standout stuff from like 13 to 26 that really caught your attention?
Yeah, I think episode 19, Unholy Union, is probably my favorite episode.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, I'm going to our doc. Remind me what happens in that one.
That's the one with the Xavier guy, Xavier the Third,
That's right.
pretending to be
Yes.
the Christian guy.
Yep. Yep. And we were actually talking about that in chat one night, and like we
Yeah,
kind of had a really long conversation about that one. Yeah.
yeah. That one's like incredibly like poignant to like like that sort of like culture of like fake evangelism and stuff like that. Like doing it just to for personal gain. Um,
Yep. hmm
and yeah, that it handles that topic really well.
It's one of the times in the show where like they get philosophical, but like it's actually super topical to
Yeah,
stuff that happens now.
yeah,
Um, and kind of what we mean is this like religious zealotry on display that is self-serving,
yeah,
and very selfish. But they basically this character acts like he has the mandate from heaven in order to bamboozle people
yeah,
into kind of joining him for cult-like behavior, right? Um, so it's interesting to see them like comment on this, given how things are going in our country now and all this stuff. I mean, it's something that's existed for years and years and years. This idea, but it's interesting to see it depicted here, and that it's drawing off of actual history where this has happened with like because he's a Spanish character. This priest, right? Or he's pretending to
He's
be
pretending to
Spanish,
be like a Spanish priest. Yeah.
right? And he's talking about like, well, he wears a bunch of like makeup and stuff, but he's
Mm-hmm.
actually Japanese.
Yep.
Um, he's influenced by all these like Western and Eastern influences, or what, all these foreign invaders coming in and trying to evangelize the populace, like what was happening um, back then.
Yep.
And this isn't like a historical account of this period or anything, but
Right.
what period would you say this is supposed to take place in, just on a loose level?
So this would be Edo. This would be Edo period.
Is it the Edo period? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
And
sure it's
that's
Edo period.
that's when the Portuguese and Spanish were trying to come
Yep.
and
Yep. Yep.
save everybody, but really steal other stuff. Like, let's be honest.
Yep.
And there's some people that were wanting to do that work. Um, but there's actually was it a Martin Scorsese movie that shows this called Silence. I think it's called Silence. And it's a bunch of I think it's Spanish missionaries played by Adam Driver and Andrew Garfield going to save I think one of their teachers who never came back from his like mission, played by Liam Neeson, which is
Hmm.
kind of I've heard it's a tough watch, but it's in this period. It's a very harrowing movie. It's about like men, like convicted men losing their faith almost
Hmm.
amidst like real world terrors, because
Yep.
they become persecuted at some point. So it's kind of like drawing off of those themes for like this kind of more lighthearted affair. But
Yep.
I liked it. I thought it was a lot of really juicy flavor in that episode specifically. I think that's the one I got out of. I got the most out of, um, especially since we talked about it.
Yeah.
Um, that one was really good. I really like the next one. It's like a two-parter with
Yeah. Elegy of
the
entrapment.
lady, the lady that like she like goes along with him, and well, she is blind, but like she's also bamboozling them, where she's like mandated to kill them from the government, right?
Yep.
Like she's a
Yep.
government spy. That's what I took from that.
Yep.
I like that one a lot too, um, because is it Mugen that sniffs her out? She at some point reveals herself. I can't remember who she reveals herself to. Is it
She
Jean or
she
is it
tries to kill Jean.
Gene? That's right. That's right. Yeah, because they have that fight on the bridge, isn't it? I'm pretty sure they
Yep.
have that fight. With good fight too. But she's like actually blind, isn't she?
Yes.
Um, yeah. Which I thought she was giving up the ghost on that too. I was like, oh, she's not blind. I'm like, oh wait, she is blind and
No.
she's still whooping them.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a those are that that was a really good two-parter, and it kind of bummed me out because like because Fu didn't get a lot of companions on this trip that were like of the female persuasion.
Hmm.
Um, so it was interesting to see her interact with her. I really liked that stuff. I thought it was
Yeah.
really, really good. There's a couple one and two parters in this series. Like the finale is a two parter. This is a two parter. There's a couple more like the um, I forget what Mugen's homeland is, but they have that two parter with the ship. You know, where they're trying to steal all the stuff and like
Yep.
hijack it.
Yep.
Um, and he gets like backstabbed by his pal. That's
Yep.
also a two-parter. So like there's like a lot of like episodes that do have like one to two arc stories that I was kind of into. Um, but yeah, like any other like standouts before we kind of talk about like the gritty stuff towards the end. The last four episodes I think are the strongest of the show, personally. Besides that one you brought up, the episode 19. Um, yeah, the last two episodes are Evanescent Encounter, or is it a three-parter?
It's a
Yeah, it's a
three-parter.
three-parter actually. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's the last five episodes.
Okay.
That's right.
So you like the sort of like the fun. like
Yes,
side.
yes,
They're really nice because like sure they're kind of maybe can could be considered filler, but they're also just like they're just like goofiness with the cast. Like that's what this show is about. Is
yeah,
about character interactions with the cast, and so like both like the zombie one and the baseball one are both just so goofy, and they break up like the really like emotional high of like Elegy of Entrapment, and they
yeah.
let you kind of calm down
Mhm.
from that before going into the finale, the three-part finale. So
Yeah, for sure. Like it feels like you said, it feels like some sort of filler,
yep,
but it just works because the show is so character driven. Like, and the plot is so secondary. They don't even pretend to be worrying about the main thing. You
yeah,
know, I kind of like that. They just kind of leave their brains at the door and just are they're just reacting to the situations that are happening around them. You know, um, I I think I like the baseball one way more than the zombie one
I do too.
because I loved that guy that the recruiter guy.
Uh
What is
huh.
that dude's name? He is so funny. He's like on the level of Monzo for me, and just like how much I love that bit character. He's got like this dumb pompadour. He's like, "We're gonna field a baseball team."
Oh,
We're like, "What's a baseball?"
Kagemaru,
Yes, that dude. Oh, he's all right in the good way. I
in the good
love
way.
that in the good way. And I love the way they depict like Americans as slovenly idiots. It's the best.
Yes,
Oh,
it's awesome. It's
it's
so
so
funny.
good. Hmm. And the way they field their baseball team full of scrubs and like a squirrel, it's so good. It's so good. Like the squirrel just runs off. He's like, ah, I'm going. Like, we have nobody to fill in these spots. We're doomed. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, they
Monzo shows up. He's like, I'm gonna join. It's great.
it's Kagemaru, yeah, Fumugen, Jin, and then an old man, Monzo, and a dog.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love Monzo. And yeah, and then people get killed during this baseball
Yeah,
game. It's so
yeah,
unserious. I love it.
yeah. Like almost
It's so
everyone
good.
dies in this thing. It's so funny.
Yeah, and then I love it when Mugen takes them out and is just throwing heaters. It
Yeah,
just
it's
annihilates
awesome.
everyone. It does that like it kind of reminds me of Ace of the Diamond a little bit, where he's just like throwing literal like molten bricks at them, and they're just like ah, they just they
Ah.
just get they just blow up. It's the
Yeah,
best. All the character stuff like reaches like its crescendo in these things. I love it. I love
yeah.
these ones. Um, and made me want to just like want to watch a slice of life anime kind of like a little bit
Hmm.
where like they have these like episodes. They're just like living a life, you know.
Yep.
Where it's all character focused. There's no stakes, and
Yep.
you're just hanging out. I like that.
Yeah.
I kind of want in my shows now, which is kind of counter to what I watch these days. I need to start looking for more relaxed fare because I feel like there's always a lot of like propulsion in anime, but like having something where you just relax and kind of enjoy some character work, I could kind of use that too, you know. And
Yeah.
this is kind of like it feels like a gateway to some of those sorts of
Oh,
shows, like a niche
yeah, I can
something.
help you get into a lot of, I know a lot of slice of life stuff that
Like City the Animation, you love that show. You've told me
oh
about that show.
oh
Yeah.
that thing is like it's slice of lifey that but that thing's just pure comedy through and through. Like that thing is like oh my gosh, like it's episodic, like it follows like a narrative and like a story, but it's also just that thing's just pure comedy. Like if you like the comedy bits of Champloo, like that just turns that up to
Yeah.
like 11. Like all it is comedy. So um,
Maybe I should just watch City the Animation. We just talked about that.
the thing's
That's it.
fantastic. I wouldn't mind talking about that at all. That thing's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. I just yeah, having something low stakes like that, but like really supremely entertaining. I'm looking for that for sure.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just the even we haven't even talked about the zombie one. That's really good. Um, whenever they like finally they realize they're zombies and everybody freaks out is such a good moment. Um, even like Gene's kind of like rattled a little bit, which he's the most stoic for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that one's called what? Cosmic Collisions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
one's pretty
They're
funny.
so like basically that one starts as like, are they dreaming kind of because they go on like a mushroom trip to
Yep.
start,
you,
It goes downhill very,
yeah,
very
you could
fast.
almost think of it as like both that one and the baseball one are like mushroom trips, and then like they're
Yeah,
done like
sure.
tripping on mushrooms after that.
Well, it's so different from the rest of the show. Like
Yeah.
it's completely different.
The
Um,
show's not afraid to have them use drugs and alcohol. That's for sure. Because
no, yeah, no, they're like go for it, you
yeah,
know.
the I mean
Um,
the in the other half of it, there was the episode where they all got high. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. And with the dudes,
yep, yep. The
like that
monk
band,
dudes,
that gang.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, that was really
That was
good. That
so
was
good.
really good. Another highlight one is the graffiti art one. I like that
Yeah,
episode a good deal.
yeah. It's
It's
fun.
not as good as this later stuff. I think the last five episodes are what makes the show for me.
Yeah,
It's good throughout, but like the last five are like the highlights. It's kind of why we're talking about them. But I like the guys that are tagging like all these towns and everything, and they're like, we have one more tag to get, and Mugen beats them to it. That was a good bit.
yeah.
Um, yeah, just some highlights from the show that I really really like. Um, but yeah, like I guess out of all the bit players and all the main cast, what was your favorite character completely? Like I'm not. I mean, you can count a main character, sure, but
Hmm.
like the character that whenever you saw them and whenever they showed up, you're like, oh yeah, you're the best part of this show. For me, it's got to be Monzo. It's
Monzo.
Monzo. I can't see it being anyone other than Monzo.
uh,
He's so peak.
he's really
He's
good.
so peak. I love him. He just shows up and acts like a goober, and I'm like, man, I enjoyed watching him. Just make a Detective Conan like serial anime with just him as the stand-in detective character. I would
Yeah.
watch so much of that. Um, but yeah, yeah. Do you have like a bit player or a main cast member that you're just like, yeah, this is the best character in the show?
Um. I don't know. I think I just kind of like Mugen. I think that
Yeah,
Mugen kind of makes the show for me. Just all of his antics.
they are antics for sure, for sure. Um, the fact that he can't read and he learns from that dude is so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny, and he's so adamant about having him read well. Oh, it's so good. He's like so extra too. Like he meets him at a bar. He's like, "What? You don't know how to read?" You know how they get whenever they
Uh-huh.
like overdraw them. They're like, "What?" And they get up in
Uh-huh.
the grill. Oh, it's so good. A lot of really good like direction in those little bits.
It's
But
a lot of fun.
yeah, I if we're talking all time character in the show, it's Monzo for me. But if we're not gonna be memey about it, it's probably Gene. I got a lot out of Gene for sure.
Yeah, I'd say
Um,
the funniest character on the screen for me is either Monzo or Xavier. Xavier's really funny. Like when they like zoom
yeah,
in on his
Xavier is
face,
good.
like it's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Doesn't his nose fall off at some point too?
Yeah,
When
yep,
he's like
yep,
capitulating? Oh,
yep,
so good. Him hiding what's it, an RPG in the cross? That was pretty
yeah,
good.
yep.
Oh man. He's just like, I've got something for you. And everyone was like, ah, we thought you were cool, man. Yeah. And I love it at the end when he finally like says he's Japanese. Everyone was like, "Hey, what is this guy's deal?" You know, like, all the other stuff wasn't enough for them. It's
Yeah.
so oh my god, that guy is very funny. Um, but yeah, like honestly, like we're not like wrapping up, but like there's a couple things I want to talk about. Um, like the finale, like how we feel like the show would have ended, the sunflower smell. There's like some interesting stuff that I kind of want to get into a little
Yeah.
bit. Um, yeah, yeah. What do you have before we kind of
Like
talk about it?
I mean, we can just jump right into that. This show, like, it it didn't end how I quite remembered it ending. I think I was like
Yeah.
distracted the first time I like watched through this thing, and so I was like pleasantly surprised how this thing ended because that is not how I remember it ending at all.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It gets pretty dire up until like the
Yeah,
very. You're like, is this gonna go the way I hope it does?
yeah.
Um,
It's like I
because it
mean,
gets really harrowing. Yeah.
yeah. I'll just jump into it. Like the way I
Yeah.
remember it ending is that like Mugen and Jean kill each other at the end. Like that's how I remembered it ending for some reason. Like
Yeah.
Um, but that is definitely not what happens. So
Yeah, no, I mean, just to talk about that moment, they break their swords after swearing the entire show that they're gonna kill each other,
yep,
right? Because that's how they meet, is they tussle in the
yep,
noodle shop where they meet Fu, right?
yep.
Um, and yeah, there's that nice moment where she's like, "Oh, you have to go help me find the sunflower samurai if I get this coin flip right." And she's like, "I actually lied about
Yeah, I
that. You
actually
just
lied
told me
about
the
that. Yep,
rooster." And yeah, that's a good bit. And
yep.
they're like, "Ah, well, whatever, you know." But like, I was surprised they even wanted to do it after all they had just been through. Like, it just seemed very bullheaded of them to go
it,
like, "No, but we actually have to fight." You know what I mean?
it's. I mean, it was upholding their honor. Like they said they were gonna do the thing, and so they're like, no, we're gonna do this thing. Absolutely doesn't matter what we just went through. We have to do this thing.
And they go through it quite a bit. Like Mugen gets that an explosion goes off in a crazy way. I'm like, you are super dead. And he just wakes up with like nothing happening to him. Like I know he got hurt from the previous fight, which is kind of repercussions. It's what is it? His actions having consequences, where he like sacks that ship back in the day with his buddy,
Yep,
and this guy's been plotting revenge on him this entire time, and it kind of finally comes to a head. Um, right when they need to contact the Sunflower Samurai, you know. Um, I didn't get. I don't know. I feel like that's a little criticism I have. There's no build up there really at all. It's just kind of like, oh, you killed my family. I'm coming. I'm coming into town, Desperado. I've been tracking you down. It's very westerny that way,
mm.
but there's almost no dramatic build up to it at all. I felt like the character was very like uber powerful, and you're just kind of like, how'd you get so powerful? You're just like this merchant, right? I don't know. Maybe he's just trained up really hard. How'd you feel about that whole plot point with Mugen? I was kind of mixed on it. I don't know. What do you
Mugen
think?
was, if I remember right, Mugen was like already pretty injured, and like there
He
was like a
was, yeah. Mhm.
hostage situation as well going on. Um,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah,
that's
he like kidnaps Fu, yeah.
why Mugen couldn't fight at full power there. So he had
Yeah.
to kind of be like cautious about his moves. Um, so
Mhm.
that's kind of why like it wasn't like this merchant like overpowering Mugen. It was just that Mugen was
Yeah.
unable to use his full power.
Maybe that's what it was. Cause it comes off of like it comes off as like, oh, he's so powerful. But maybe that's what it is
Yeah,
that he is limited. Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
really see it that way for some reason.
yeah,
But now that you say it, I'm like, yeah, I could see how that would be it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that fight's really good, like really well animated. It's one of the better parts of the show. That one and also the fight. Well, the Sarah fight, the assassin fight's really good.
yeah.
That animation bit with Jin, I like that a lot
The
because
fight with
she
Jin,
actually is uber powerful. So
yeah, yep, she is very powerful, and her fight with Jin and her fight with Mugen are both really because she has
yep.
multiple fights with Mugen actually, but
Yeah, their final fight in
because
the
one of
lodge.
them she almost kills Mugen, so
Oh yeah, she was going to,
yeah,
um, and she like slipped a little bit. I liked her plot point where they're just like, yeah, I just realized like my kid's been dead for this whole time. They've
yeah,
just been using me to get at you guys. You know,
yep,
I thought that was really poignant. So she kind of let him do her. You know, there. But that fight's really good. The whole show, excuse me, is really well animated. I have to say, um, like they're always kind of like moving from place to place. So they don't have a lot of like crazy animations until it gets pretty hectic. And it feels like they saved up a lot of budget for that, but it doesn't feel like they're ever cutting corners.
yeah.
Man Globe, you know. I actually don't know what Man Globe has done besides this. Do you know what production stuff they've done? I'm not familiar with them because they didn't do Bebop. I don't think. Um, it's Watanabe, but who didn't Sunrise do Bebop? I want to say they did. Let me.
So they did, yeah, they do original shows. So they did Ergo Proxy. I actually have that on
Oh, I
DVD. I
do need to
haven't
watch.
watched that yet.
She just looks like the girl from Evanescence to me. The
Yeah.
girl in Ergo Proxy.
Um,
I hear that show's good, but yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess they did
really
do
good.
multiple seasons of The World God Only Knows. That's like a
Never.
old harem show.
Ooh, harem shows. Oh, my favorite.
Oh, they did
I was
The
talking.
Sacred Blacksmith. I've been meaning to watch that one. That one's supposed to be pretty good.
Okay, I was talking to someone about that Superman movie when they do that super harem plot point. I thought that
Oh
was very
yeah,
funny.
that's
So when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, Superman harem.
oh,
Kind of random.
they did
Uh,
Dead Man Wonderland. That was a big
oh
disappointment.
yeah, I heard that's a disappointing one, but I've also been kind of meaning to look at that.
Like
Maybe it's
it's good, but they're like never gonna adapt like more of that. I don't think so.
oh, so it's a manga that they're adapting.
I think so, yeah. If I
Okay,
remember right. Yeah, it is. Yep. It's a manga that they're
it
adapting,
is
yep.
okay. Yeah, so like this is probably Manglobe's like most known work, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Um,
like besides like maybe Dead Man Wonderland, but Dead Man Wonderland was like a like flash in the fire sort of like it was popular when it
yeah,
released and then people forgot about it. But other than that, yeah.
yeah,
I've heard things of Sacred Blacksmith and Ergo Proxy, so but those aren't like
yeah.
nearly
Ergo
as
Proxy.
popular.
Ergo Proxy is probably the second most popular thing they've done.
Yeah.
That's got a pretty good cult following to it. Um, but yeah, I wasn't familiar with their game. I guess they it's it might be up there for one of my favorite like openings in anime. I think I might have mentioned that last episode. It
Yeah.
just kept growing on me as the more I watched it. I love that opening so much. Um,
Yeah. Rest in peace,
because it's just
Nujabes.
like new Jabbies, yeah. Rest in peace him. Um, it's just so the music is unique in that theme. I haven't heard anything quite like it since.
Yeah.
It's very like R&B
Yep.
rap. You know. I don't even remember the lyrics, but it's all in like kind of English, you know.
Yep.
Or at least most of it is. But it's got a nice like a pit pat flow to it. I just also the way they animate Mugen at the very end of that theme always gets me. He's like doing that run. I
Uh,
love the way he looks like in that part.
yeah.
The one part that makes me laugh in the theme though is Fu's face when she's like just smiling at the very end. Every time I saw that, I was like, that is so silly. She just looks like she's like head empty, like the lights are on but nobody's
uh,
home. That's
the,
what I always thought of.
yeah, they have
Uh,
some pretty funny faces in that opening, and the ending has like that like picture of like Fu as a kid, where like her eyes are like all like squinted and like her like
yeah,
face is all like puckered. I always think that's a really funny photo.
also like yeah, I like Jin's like standard pose where he goes like whoom and does like the sword slash.
Yep.
They show that in a couple angles there too. Just like the composition of the theme together along with the animation
Yeah.
is just it's super crisp. Every time I watch it, I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just such a good theme. I don't know what would be better. And they don't like change it or anything. And you
Hmm.
know, it's like a single season anime. But most animes do change even between episodes,
Hmm.
their themes, you know. Um it doesn't always happen, but like for these shorter shows, it doesn't normally happen. But it was nice to see that they carried that thing throughout. You know,
Yep.
um,
The
I like.
I think I like the ending theme better than the opening theme. I like the opening theme, but I like the ending
Oh,
theme
that's
a lot.
nobody knows who I really am. That's what it is, right? Um.
No.
Oh wait,
Uh,
no. Hold it. It's the It's like the she's like singing, right?
yeah.
Like really, really like. Oh, what is that? What is that one I'm singing from? Oh shoot. Oh my gosh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Every time I hear that song, I'm like, what is this from? I can never remember.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, that's my brain betraying me. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what it was? I don't think I ever listened to it that much. I listened to it a couple times, um, and
Oh,
then I kept
I have to
skipping it.
listen
I'm
to
like,
that
I
thing
want to watch
every
the next
single
episode.
episode. I have to listen to that ending because I love that ending so much.
I think "Hunting for Your Dream" is my favorite and song from Hunter x Hunter after the tournament arc there.
Hmm.
Ooh, that da na 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 na. That's so good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, Shiki no Uta
Hunting
is
for
the
your
ending
dream.
theme of Champloo, and it's like it's so good.
Yeah.
I love
It's
that theme.
it's just good music throughout. It's really good. And when
I
they
l-
got to do like the flashy hip hop bits, they'll just pepper them in throughout the show. It's really
yeah.
really clean.
I love low like lo-fi chill stuff like Champloo's soundtracks. So I'm a big fan.
Is it Bleach that I'm thinking of? I think it's Bleach that was from. And I was
The
watching it at the same time.
Yeah, a
The one I was.
similar. I think that is Bleach. I think you're right.
I think that is Bleach. Yep, yep, that is
Um,
Bleach.
but like a similar theme to that, like that ending and opening, more like the ending, but is the opening for Serial Experiments Lane. I love that thing.
Yep.
The thing's so good.
I couldn't recite it for you, but I do remember liking it the first time I watched it through.
Yeah.
Lane is just good. We should just watch Lane and talk about it at some point.
I own Lane on DVD. I love that thing.
Whenever people talk in that, it's so like dreamlike. It reminds me of Silent Hill.
Did
Yeah,
you watch that thing subbed or dubbed?
I watched it dubbed. I watched it
Okay.
dubbed. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got an
that dub
old.
is weird, but I like it. All right.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Lane? Like that's how everybody talks about that
It's
show.
so good.
It is good. I think it was on YouTube whenever I watched it. I'm like, this is good.
Yeah.
But for some reason they only had 13 episodes up, and they were missing the last one. I was like, where's the last episode of the show? So I had to kind of hunt around and find that and finish
Yeah,
it finally.
it's
But
all on Internet Archive as well. So,
it is, which we can say because it's protected. Thank
yeah,
God for Internet Archive.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, Lane's good. We'll maybe watch Lane at some point. But yeah, I guess the finale. I kind of want to talk a little bit about it just to kind of wrap it up because we don't want to go too long on this thing.
Yep.
But um, how did you feel about the contract assassin at the end of this thing? Because he just kind of shows up at the beginning of this finale three parter,
Hmm.
and he kind of becomes like this specter, the specter following them, and they don't realize it until it's kind of too late. How did you feel about this
Like
character?
this.
Initially, I thought it was Fu's dad. That's what
Okay.
I thought.
Yeah, like that samurai guy. Yeah, I think he's cool. I like him. I think he's a good foil to this party. Um, so because he's like a very established in the government sort of character, whereas this party is outliers of the government, and so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
interesting because the whole crux is that um they don't want another Christian uprising to happen, and so they don't want Fu making contact with her father, who was like a leader of a Christian uprising. And so that's why the government's after them, because they don't know that her father is deathly sick on his deathbed. Like they don't know that. They just think he's out there ready to do another uprising, and the government doesn't want that. So
yeah. Incite a riot and
yeah,
keep the movement going. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Um, it's yeah. The character is cool. So I think that's intentional though. What I was talking about, where they try to, I think they're trying to get you off of the scent that it could be somebody else that is her dad,
hmm,
because it's just like the samurai who smells of sunflowers. He's a gardener. He's a
hmm,
samurai. It's like at the end of the show, you're like, okay,
yep,
is this Fu's dad? And then she encounters him, and she doesn't know who he is, right?
yep,
Obviously, because why would she?
yep,
Um, but you're just like, oh, did you just like have like this time where you met this guy and you didn't know that was your dad, right? I
right,
thought that's what happened with their kind of mute cute sort of thing, but no, it turns out like he's the dad is where I forget this lady like in town tells her about this guy living on the outskirts, right?
yep,
And goes like, yeah, try there, maybe you'll get some luck there. But she actually knows like, yeah, that could be. She's like, oh, it's you, yeah, it's definitely your dad.
yep,
Like, wink, wink, nod, nod, sort of thing.
yep,
But for the longest time, like, and I do think this is intentional. I did think it was the actual samurai,
sure,
um, because you don't ever consider the fact that one, he couldn't be him, and two, that her dad is out of commission. Like they just
yeah,
don't show you that to the end,
yep,
Um, and I found, I don't know, it was weird. Like I feel like Fu didn't even get what she wanted, because the
hmm,
idea was to hunt down her dad to kind of like make him feel bad about him abandoning them,
hmm,
but it was really to save them because
yep,
his affiliations made like their lives, it puts them in danger,
Yep.
um, which is kind of why he left in general, right? But yeah, like her whole meeting with him is really, it's really interesting. It feels like one of those things where you build it up in your mind when you have something you build up. It just doesn't meet your expectations because you've thought of it a certain way,
Yeah.
It felt like one of those moments. I guess, what do you think about that whole bit?
Yeah, I think it's, it's to show that, even like if you get exactly where you want to be and you get exactly what you want, sometimes that's like not really, if you get too lost in the weeds and you don't have something
Yeah,
else to back you up, then that can crush you. Luckily, the whole show isn't about that destination. The whole entire show is about that journey and the
yeah,
bonds that, Fu makes along that journey to find her dad. And so she
yeah,
has that support group of the two, idiot samurai, and is able to kind of lean on them, you know. So
yeah, 100%. And it's expectations are a trap a lot of the time, because like your expectations can be one thing, and just your reality is just dictates
yeah,
another reality. It's just like building something up for you is never like, but I'm not gonna you know say my wife is like out of pocket for any of this stuff, but like she likes to have expectations. She expects things us to be a certain way, and when they're not, she can't help but be disappointed because she's very aspirational like that.
yeah,
You know,
that's fair.
um, I have to kind of tell her, I'm like, you can think this is going to be the best thing in the world, but like, don't set yourself up for just the wrong idea,
Yeah,
because a lot of the times it's never what you think it's going to be.
yeah,
Just anything that you're excited about or building up, but sometimes it meets your expectations if you set them right. You know, um, I sometimes she builds something up in her head so much it's got to be a certain way that when she doesn't get this certain way of feeling, she's ultimately disappointed by it.
yeah,
So it's about like notching your expectations slightly lower in life a little bit, and then having it be met or maybe exceeded. But like
yeah.
Fu has built this up in her mind since she was a child that she was going to meet her dad and tell him off. Oh, you left me. I hate you, sort of thing. I'm going to sock him right in the face, is what she says. And really, what plays out, it's really sad. It's like a sad moment where he's clearly regretful, but he's also on his deathbed, and so he's really sad that things have kind of gone the way of resentment for her.
Yeah.
You know, um, and that final like bit where she's like, "I'm never gonna see you again. Like you're dying. It shouldn't have been this way." Like she says all this stuff and then leaves, and it's not the last thing that she hears from him. Like it's kind of like oh, this is a disappointing moment to like, oh no, this is a gut punch now. With the guy showing up on their doorstep, I initially thought that he killed that old man, but it turns out he didn't. Right? I don't think he killed that dude that was the caretaker of her dad. Because he doesn't he show up later?
I don't think he kills him. I don't quite
Yeah,
remember. Yeah,
because he's like, "Oh, I'm supposed to kill this guy and all of his associates. So I'm gonna start with you." And he kills the old dude first. He attempts to like for an assassin, he's not really doing his job well. I
no,
don't think he kills anybody in that bit. Um, After trying very hard to kill Jin and Mugen earlier, because he kind of just shows up in town and goes like, "Yeah, so Sunflower Samurai, this and that. You guys are probably involved in this. I'm gonna have to take you guys out." Um, and then once he cleans up with them and tracks down the Sunflower Samurai and Fu and all that, he's looking to continue his savage ways. But I don't know. How did you feel about that moment where he's like, he's gonna get executed? The dad's gonna get executed. There's like literally nothing you can do except watch. How did you feel about that moment? I found that really, it kind of bummed me out. I was like, damn, all right, this whole journey just for this to happen, kind of randomly. I don't know. It kind of bummed me out. What do you think?
the well, part of that is also like the government wanted her to find him so that they could kill
Right.
him and snuff him out.
Yeah.
So,
she was like tracking. They were tracking her, and she was on the trail of him.
yep,
They were hoping that that would play out that way, right?
yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's what was it? Didn't the samurai guy say like, "Oh, by the way, like sunflowers don't have a scent," so you kind of this is something you've also built up in your head that you're supposed to be smelling a certain thing.
Yep.
Samurais don't smell like anything, or not samurais. Samurais, I'm sure smell pretty bad back, but sunflowers anyway
Yeah.
don't smell. Which I don't think I knew. I don't think I've ever smelled a sunflower, which is rare, which is funny because they're all over the place in Kansas. They're not
Yeah.
rare, you know. So everything, I literally work at a
Yeah,
place called
they don't
Sunflower
really have a
Producing.
smell, yeah.
Yeah, but that moment where he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Fu," and then he gets killed is kind of a huge bummer for me. I'm like, "Oh, okay." So you went on this whole trip to just have your dude get axed here. Okay, but like you said, when you reframe it like, "Oh, the journey was what was important," yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree. Um, yeah, the fight with Gene towards the end there, after he's kind of done his thing, um, and like Gene like comes back after like having tussled with him and pretty much died, and recalling that like teaching of his teacher. I thought that moment was very good,
Hmm.
like really good. He's like, "Yeah, you have this move, but like it's gonna cost you,"
Yep.
you know. Yeah, what did you think about that bit? That was maybe one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yeah, it was
Is
cool.
when he
Yeah,
gives himself up. Yeah.
it was very like an old samurai type movie
Yep.
sort of thing. Like,
Everyone slices at once and shoot. Yeah.
yep, yep.
It was a
The
good
buildup
bit for
of
everybody.
like this teacher is like there for him, then he's like against him, and then he's like in this last moment, like his teachings did save him here. So like, was he a good teacher? Was he a bad teacher? I mean, there's really no good or bad. There, people just make decisions, and
Yeah.
you go with whatever decision someone's made at the time. At that time, at the last time Gene saw him, he made the decision to fight Gene, and or kill Gene in his sleep, basically. And Gene was like, no, not having that. And so,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
It kind of reminded me of what is that episode Star Wars episode 8 where like Luke tries to kill Ben Solo. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Sure, this is done a little bit better, I think, but
A lot better. That whole scene is very
uh,
odd.
yeah,
The idea of it's really weird because it's like a misunderstanding. Like
yep,
this moment was not a misunderstanding. He was
no,
trying to kill him. Luke kind of has like a little crisis of conscience and goes like, "Oh, I'm holding my lightsaber and it's ignited, and oh, this isn't a good look. Like he's gonna go kill all my Padawans or whatever." It's nothing like that. Like the samurai dude puts him up to it. Like the guy after her dad, he like
yeah,
puts him up. He's like, "You need to get this done," because they were converting the entire dojo to like assassins instead of like
yep,
warriors, right?
yep,
Which is a cool idea. But they were all going to become like government dogs, and so Gene's like, "No." And he was kind of the heir apparent to this samurai master because of like his proficiency with
yep,
the art. It's like a specific art that only like a few people could use, right? Um, and yeah, that's why Gene's been kind of branded criminal from the government, because he ended up doing his teacher in and just killing him because he was better than him ultimately. A part of me wonders like, did the teacher like let him kill him? Maybe I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Um, who's to say? But yeah, the whole teacher stuff, the samurai stuff, I thought it was really strong,
yep.
especially towards the end there. But yeah, so like you mentioned, you thought they killed each other. How did you feel like the blades breaking and like realizing that that wasn't the case?
Yeah, that was shocking. I was like, oh, I guess I remembered this thing wrong. So,
Yeah. So like you went in remembering like, oh yeah, they just do each other in. That's the end of the show.
yeah,
Is that kind of what you thought?
yeah,
That's kind of funny. Well, that's good. It's a better ending than that, I will say. Everyone gets off shockingly scot free, at least from the main cast.
yeah,
Everyone kind of like ends up recuperating and convalescing, and then making their way out of there, going like, oh well, that sucked, but hey, let's all go our separate ways now, right? Um, and yeah, I just You are right. It really does feel like the journey's the point because there's literally that crossroads conversation at the very end where they're just like, yeah, I guess we're all gonna go our separate ways. The thing is done. We have no reason to be here anymore. Let's like kind of walk off. Um, I thought that whole like talk was pretty good,
Yeah.
with the whole coin flip and everything. And yeah, the show ends really well for how high stakes it became at the end when it wasn't high stakes throughout the show, or at least mostly. But yeah, I think the spot I kind of fell on it is that I liked it. I think all the characters, the main cast was very good, and the last 5 episodes were like the best part of that show for sure. Um, but yeah, I have some problems structurally with it, but I don't know. I think it's just a taste thing. Like it's well made and it's well assembled, and I think the idea is good. I don't know if it's for me. I think that's kind of how I like that structure. I think I prefer more. It felt very stop start for me. That's my big issue with it. I think, but I know you don't feel that way. Um, but yeah, I'm glad we watched it, and yeah, I think that finale is really good,
Yep.
really good. They do take their time though, to kind of set that all up and go like, hey, we're starting this thing and we're finishing this thing in 3 episodes. That's kind of how it feels, you know.
Yep.
Um, after a baseball episode of all things, you're like, how like when that episode came up, I was like, how are they gonna finish this show? I don't actually know. This is so like out of left field, shall we say? Um, but anyway, yeah, yeah. Do you still like it as much as you did the first time, or is it kind of like,
Yep.
oh yeah, this thing's good, but
No,
okay,
I still like it a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. We that was Samurai Champloo. That's all I had about the episodes. I thought it was very solid, very well done. Um, Watanabe's made 4 shows, 3 shows. How many shows has he done? He did Bebop, he did Champloo, he did Lazarus. Did he do anything before Lazarus? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Those are the 3 he's mostly known
Oh yeah,
for, I
he
would
did
say.
a Space Dandy,
Space Dandy, that's right. I knew I was forgetting one that was big.
and he did
Um,
a Terran Residence or Resonance, Terran Resonance.
Parent Residence. I'm not familiar with that.
And he did a Carol and Tuesday.
Okay, I actually have heard of Carol and Tuesday. Yeah,
Hmm.
I've heard of it. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I like this guy. Yeah, Lazarus is his most recent thing. Did you ever finish that, by the way, or
No,
no?
I only watched like the
You
first
didn't.
episode. I didn't
I heard
really
you didn't
like
like
it.
it that much. Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's kind of like it's more like a modern day thing, right?
Yeah.
Lazarus, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, maybe that thing shakes out and it's good. I haven't heard. Honestly, the thing that's most damning about Lazarus is I hadn't heard anything about it, and maybe that's the bad thing. Um, but yeah, out of the Watanabe I've seen, I still prefer Bebop, and you like Champloo more. So kind of each their own there. But Bebop feels like more of a bona fide classic to me because I've just seen it 2 or 3 times. I'm like this show's still banger. Um, they're both about the same length. I think they're both like 26 episodes, aren't they? Bebop and this, they're pretty similar episode counts. I want to say,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I guess where would you rank this and stuff we've watched so far?
Yeah. It's pretty
I
high
think
up there.
number
Like I was,
one,
we kind of covered that at the beginning. It's pretty high
yeah,
up there.
number one, like in just of all the stuff we watched on Tape Stuck, I think number one for me still has to be Perfect Blue. That movie's amazing.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
probably agree with that. Yeah.
that movie is so good. I love that movie. Um, yeah, for me, it's like Perfect Blue. I think I like Hell's Paradise more than this. I'm not gonna lie. If we're talking samurai stuff, I think
Hmm.
Hell's Paradise is really good.
I like this better than Hell's
Um,
Paradise.
do you? Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's more shonen. I don't know. That could be it. I'm a sucker. I'm just a normie, right?
Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry to say, Excalibur's got to be bottom of that list. It's just
Oh,
Merlin's a
Excalibur's
goober.
so
I'm not
good
a Merlin
though.
guy. There's a lot of good in that movie. That movie looks phenomenal. It sounds great. The acting's sometimes good. Um, but Merlin, oh, I hate that guy so much. It looks like he walked out of another movie. It looks like he walked out of He-Man or something. Ugh, Merlin's the worst.
I think he's cool.
Not a thing for me. But yeah, I mean that's kind of what we got for Champloo. We were talking, next time we do one of these, maybe Paprika, maybe Helsing Ultimate. It is, as of this recording, it's still spooky season, so Helsing would be like topical, but by the time we put out another one, it probably won't be Halloween anymore. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's kind of whatever. We got some things to pick from. You mentioned wanting to watch like a bunch of, well, either a show that we haven't seen or like an old horror movie like The Thing or something. We kind of talked about that a little bit. Um, but yeah, we'll kind of figure it out next time. You bought Paprika. You had Paprika.
Yep.
That's the kind of the one I would want to watch because Perfect Blue was so good, and I've seen Paprika, and it's just you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I wonder if you like it more than Perfect Blue,
Hmm.
but yeah, out of Cone's stuff, that's definitely my favorite that I've seen for sure. So
Cool.
yeah, that's all I got. Anything on your end there? I'm pretty satisfied with what we talked about.
Nope, I got nothing.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us. The tape is no longer stuck. I think we both worked on how to get this thing out of here. We got to rewind it though. Remember the? Did you ever have a tape rewinder? We had one of those.
I never had a
You just
tape
had
rewinder.
you
I
have to
wasn't
do it
bougie.
yourself. Well, hey, I'm sorry. We had all this money lying around. Had to get one of them.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't need a tape rewinder because you just press the rewind button on your.
But sometimes we forgot to do that.
Yeah, well,
And well, we could have put it back in there and did it, but
yeah.
there was tape rewinders.
You
But
just
no one's
you
gonna
just sit
remember
there
those.
and pay for your inaction. You just sit there and watch it rewind until it's done rewinding. Because
See, that's what it was. That
that
is it. We didn't want to do that. Yeah.
yeah, but not rewinding your tape, that's a sin. So
Be
there's
kind, rewind.
consequences for
Don't you
that.
remember? Yeah. Be kind, rewind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember sitting in front of a TV with a plush cover of The Little Mermaid and rewinding that. I'm like, I can watch this movie backwards, and now I'm going to watch it forwards, and I'm going to watch it backwards again to rewind it. I remember my family would be so mad when someone wouldn't rewind something. You didn't rewind Bible Man? I wanted to watch Bible. I'm not going to sit here and rewind Bible Man for 5 minutes.
Yeah. You gotta rewind Bible Man.
Quainter time was that. It's very good. But we'll be back with Tape Stuck at some point. We're just doing these at random intervals. Paprika might be the next thing, or Helsing. We'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks for the time. We love you guys. And it's been a thin slice of heaven. Bye.
Bye.